Morning, y'all. Well, I guess technically afternoon. It's 12:13, but we are headed to the gym. It is Friday. We have 2 days before our cruise. 2 days. So that means we need to look and feel our best. So we're going to the gym. Are you ready for the gym?
Yeah. I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's get this fitness in.
Yeah. Since we have 2 days before our cruise, I think now is a good time to talk about how we plan our trips, because y'all have been asking how we choose what cruises we take, what we do once we choose them, like how do we plan our excursions and the things we do on the ship. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that today. A little insight of Griff and Alyssa's planning.
I don't know why I laughed evilly. It's not that evil. It's not that kind of video, but yeah.
It's not that kind of video. Now we obviously have to start planning the trip somewhere, right? So the three things that we look at are the cruise line, the cruise ship, and the ports. And it's not necessarily in that order, and sometimes one is more important than the other, right?
Yes. I was focused on the road.
I'm just gonna let him drive. It really just depends on what we're looking for in the moment. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you know what? I really want to cruise on a Norwegian cruise. And then we go from there. Sometimes it's like, oh, you know what is really cool? This brand new ship that's coming out. Let's go check out the ship. Right. Other times, like, I really want to go to Aruba. Let's find a cruise ship that goes to Aruba. Two other factors that we look at are price and dates. This doesn't happen as often, like as the very first step, but sometimes it does. Sometimes Rose will send us a message and say, hey, have you seen this cruise? It's a great price. And we're like, actually, it is a great price. Let's jump on the ship. Or the dates. So we can look at our calendar and we see that we have 2 weeks off in February. Be like, what ship can we take? And do we want to take it during these weeks that we have off? But the good thing about our business is that most of the time we're fairly flexible.
Yeah. And
we can pretty much get up and go whenever we want, which is very nice. We made it to the gym already. We're gonna do this first, and then I'll continue my story.
It's so hot.
My tutorial, or how to plan a cruise with Griffins. Where were we? Oh, excursions, ports. I think, in my personal, humble opinion, that we find some of the best excursions, the best things to do in the port. And that's mainly because we go outside of the cruise line. Typically, if I've never been to a port before, or I'm looking for something brand new to do, I go on TripAdvisor and I search things to do in fill in the blank, right? Say we're going to Cozumel, which we are, things to do in Cozumel. And then I scroll and I just keep scrolling until I find something interesting. From there, I click on the company page, right? So it'll say tour by whatever. That is where I want to go. And I want to see the individual tour operators of the island. All in all, that's what we like to do on Griff and Alyssa, is we like to experience the island as a local, support the local tourism. And I know that we're also supporting the cruise ships, and that's good for their business, but when we go to an island, we want to support them individually. So book local. We're going to get our test.
Get our test. Get our test. Get our test. Little pitchy.
Little pitchy. We drove 45 minutes to get our test taken for free here at Tropicana, so wish us luck. It's a drive-through, so it's usually really easy.
Get our test, get our test, get our test. Is that better? I think that was a little better, right?
It was a little better, yeah. We brought Oli Bear with us because, yeah, we're talking about you.
You get tested for dog COVID?
No. We brought Oli with us because I felt bad. I don't like when we leave her in the house, even if we're just gone for a little bit. So, and since we're going to be gone for a whole week, you know, I figured she can come along for the ride. Right, Oli Bear? Right. Right. Just like that. We're done. It took 30 seconds. So now we wait and pray that we're negative because I want to get on the ship. We're negative!
Negative, baby!
Oh my gosh, we got our test results back already and we're negative.
Negative, so that means Alyssa's birthday cruise is happening.
It is officially happening. Obviously, we're still in the car, but we're almost home and I need to start packing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's time.
It's time. I waited until the last minute because, you know, you never know. And what's the point in packing if you can't go on a cruise? So.
Right.
But we negative. Here we come. Another thing we consider when planning a cruise is the embarkation port. Now, we do live in Florida, so it's easy for us to go to a lot of the embarkation ports via car. But sometimes we have to fly, like if obviously we're going to Alaska or if we take a cruise out of San Juan. So then you have to plan the hotel and or Airbnb. But when we drive, there's parking. And I don't like parking in the port because it's very expensive. So your girl's always about a deal and a bargain. So I find the best parking at the cheapest price. And typically we have to be shuttled to the port, but it's usually a pretty good experience. If you're interested, I can link the places where we typically park in the description box and or put them in our private Facebook group over on the other channel. But yeah, let me know because there are some go-tos that I always book no matter what. We are cruising out of Fort Lauderdale for now the second time, but the first time not parking at the port. So this is our first experience there, but it was super cheap, guys. It was like $4.99 a day. I couldn't pass it up. So hopefully it's okay. It's like 4 miles from the port or whatever, but I could not book. Other than that, the rest is fairly simple. Back before the shutdown, I used to plan every detail according to like the cruise compass or the fun times, right? So people put them online. I'd go through and see when the activities were going to be, and I would make a spreadsheet. Since things are different now, I really don't do that, and we've been going with the flow, which is fun, kind of stressful in my mind because I like to know what we're going to do, especially when we're vlogging and filming for you guys, but I think change is good. So we find out what is going on the ship when we board, just like pretty much everyone else. And then we go from there. We pick activities that we want to do based off of how we feel in the moment, which is really nice. We plan dinners accordingly. And yeah, that's really the gist of it, guys. It's really nice to be able to do something like this, one, with my husband, but two, for you all, so you can see what it's like to cruise. I know as a planner myself, I enjoy seeing other people do it, so I know what to expect. Look at this. Look at this. Look how sweet she is. As for this nugget, currently she stays here because our roommate is here with her 2 dogs, and it's really easy that way. But she stayed with a couple friends before. I know she misses us when we're gone, but at least she's with people and other dogs that she knows, and we don't have to take her to like a boarding facility, a boarder. But that's really all the tips I have for you today. So I am going to start packing. There's a lot to pack. That will also be tomorrow's video. So if you want to see what we pack and how we pack, tune in tomorrow. But for now, if you're new, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and ta-ta for now. It's very windy too. Also, the camera's doing this because the roads are bumpy. Also want to support the local tourism. This is the loudest. What is going on? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to vlog in the car. It just keeps doing this. There's sirens, there's a motorcycle, the wind is blowing. And I know she have to get a hotel. It's super windy. It wasn't this windy when I started talking. How do you plan for vacation, Newman? You don't say. Are you looking at my feet? Okay.